All right, take a look at this scoop, ladies and gentlemen, out of Miju Baku 2K2, which, frankly, is the coolest name I've ever said here on any show. Miju Baku 2K2. And if you say it as an Ewok, as I just did, you'll notice it's even cooler. It says the share. Tiana's Bayou Adventure plushes are $2 or two for $15 each, and still no one wants them. What? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. Take a gander. What do we got here? These critters. Actually, that actually brought us out farther away. There we go. We'll just stay there. Tiana's Bayou Critter Plush. More magic. $15 when you buy two. Get them both for 15 schmackrels. You can get a little possum with a bass. Cello, I guess. I don't know what you call that in bluegrass, but it's a possum. You can get a raccoon with an accordion for your Zydeco pleasures. There's a turtle down there. Nobody knows what that turtle is, and I don't think he's even got a musical instrument. Maybe just plays washboard on his belly.
Is he all right?
I don't know. Who knows? Where's my Okra Winfrey? Where's my Swain Okra animatronic? I want my Okra Winfrey plush.
That's true.
Folks, they're giving them away. Giving them away. Two for $15. $7.50. You can have a Tiana's Who Knows What It Is Bayou Adventure Critter. And I just got to say.
Why, you can't open a splash mountain when that mountain ain't got no water.
No water.
No water. No water.
Vash, you discovered that the Tiana's Bayou Adventure stuff is not selling. I had been hearing that the gumbo, they may not even continue doing that because nobody wants to buy a jar of gumbo at Disney Park. Come on, seriously. Vash, this is not going so well for Disney in terms of the merchandising, and they may have to make some changes. They might have to kick out the Tiana's Bayou Adventure merch, even in the gift shop attached, which was what, the Critter Corner? Was that what the name of it was when it was Splash Mountain? Now it's the co-op, whatever it is. It's Critter Co-op now.
Yeah.
Vash, what are you hearing? What do you know about this merchandising fiasco?
Oh, it's just terrible. I mean, look, this is the problem when you dedicate such a large exposition in the form of Splash Mountain to a franchise that, well, really wasn't a viable franchise, or at least not the most viable within Disney's canon up until that point right there. Remember, that movie came out some number of years ago. Was that 2009, 2008? I can't remember right now. Okay. So it came out a number of years ago and really didn't make all that splash at the box office. In fact, a lot of people, including Disney themselves, consider it kind of a flop. And that's actually why they changed their naming scheme for future animated films, like, for example, Tangled, which was Rapunzel, and The Snow Queen, which became Frozen, because they believed that Princess of the Frog was maybe one of the reasons why, that title specifically, why that movie flopped. But obviously it was a number of things, and it was supposed to save 2D animation. Unfortunately, didn't do it. And
I like the movie. I like the movie, by the way. It didn't do well for reasons we don't need to get into right now, but it's fine. It's a good movie.
Well, and that's the thing. It was never really that marketable of a product, especially when it came to merchandise and other things attached to Disney's flywheel. And so it was always a strange fit for Splash Mountain because, well, Splash Mountain is one of the biggest attractions that Disney had ever built, especially up until that point, and really almost after, just the scale of it and so forth. So taking such a large building like this, and especially with so much ancillary product out there in the gift shops and so forth in the surrounding area, and dedicating all to the Princess of the Frog really didn't make all that much sense. Here's the ironic thing about all of this, bro. We're working on a story right now for That Park Place talking about the kind of history of the development of the Splash Mountain replacement. And really, the first version of this wasn't quite Tiana. It was actually Zootopia. Ironic.
No way. Vash,
Yes.
Usually, it's hard to get one over on me. I have not heard this. Walk me through this story.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So the idea was, okay, let's go ahead and replace Splash Mountain with something that may be a little bit more relevant, and especially...
Hold on a second, Vash. Before we go on this path, since I'm hearing this for the first time, is this an exclusive? You said TPB is working on this. Is this an exclusive that we have?
Yes, it's exclusive.
Is this
that we have.
breaking news, sir?
It might be.
Breaking news. Go ahead, Vash.
News question mark? Yes. So the initial iteration of this attraction was, okay, let's go ahead and do Zootopia, because when you think about it, the critters featured in Splash Mountain on both coasts, actually, well, they're in clothing already. So it wouldn't be that big of a stretch in order to incorporate maybe Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde into this attraction. The reason why they didn't go with it was two reasons. One,
I know it. I actually laughed out loud when I saw this super chat. And it's not even a super chat. I had to put it up on the screen. You can't deny it really does capture the feel of the mountains of Louisiana.
That's true. That's true. That's a good one right there. That's fantastic. But no, I mean, so Disney felt that Zootopia hadn't really established itself as a bona fide franchise yet, which was one reason they didn't go with Zootopia for Splash Mountain. But the other big thing was the fact that, Judy Hopps' association with police culture, and especially in
stop it, Mash. You're telling me that during the Summer of Love they switched to Tiana's and based this on Louisiana that has no mountains and put people in the salt mines where people actually historically died because they thought Judy Hopps was police. Get out of here! I can't handle this anymore. This is so much fun.
Absolutely. Well, but here's the thing. But here's the thing, Pro. Here's the thing, and this is part of this exclusive right here. Pro, you're gonna love this next part.
They could have had a Zootopia ride in Magic Kingdom, and it's making $1 billion. And instead, they got Oprah Winfrey over police culture. I can't stop it.
Yes.
Stop it, Mash.
Well, and the ironic thing about this, Pro, is that with the release of Zootopia 2, I mean, I saw people dressed up as Judy Hopps, not Disney bounding. No, people were dressed up as Judy Hopps, full getup and everything like that. I saw so many Judy Hopps ears and Nick Wilde tails and so forth. This thing is selling merchandise like gangbusters, and yet they based this around Tiana. Now, here's the other thing, Pro. That's a little bit of exclusive for you that you haven't heard before.
They could have been selling Judy Hopps handcuffs in the souvenir shop.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, endless. It was.
Oh, Ron, don't you knock it. You know you want a Nick Wilde taser.
No, the amount of merchandise Splash always sold was crazy.
Oh yeah, people love those buddy plushes.
This thing costs, by the way, this hat costs more than those plushes that they're selling for Tiana's Broccoli Adventure right now. So it's
right. And it's so. I mean, you could have so easily integrated the existing critters and so forth that were featured in the Splash Mountain with, the world of Zootopia. I mean, it just would have really worked.
Okay, so it's not a perfect fit. It's not easy for me to imagine how you get Zootopia to fit into Frontierland. So there are some difficulties.
Yeah,
that said, it would have been way easier to come up with a story, put them in the reptile world or whatever. It's way easier. And if they had done Zootopia, I would have been very critical of getting rid of Splash Mountain. But I also don't think they would have had to gotten rid of the name Splash Mountain. They could have called it Splash Mountain, starring Judy and Nick Wilde. And, I think that would have been a much easier sell. People still call this Splash Mountain, and they're not happy that Splash Mountain is gone, and they're not buying the merch for Tiana. This is a cluster cuss. Parents, don't tell your kids what that means. It's a cluster cuss.
I want to say something very particularly sad about this. We were at the Magic Kingdom the other day, my whole family, and we're over by Pirates. We went on Pirates, and Splash was like a 5-minute wait at that time. And I'm like, or Tiana's. I still call it Splash.
It's Splash. They put some ugly makeup on it.
I said, hey, to my family. I said, hey, Tiana's is only 5 minutes. Let's go over to Tiana's. My son looked at me and goes, no, I refuse to ride that ride again.
Oh,
I was like, oh my gosh, my 13-year-old son doesn't want to ride the Tiana's Bayou. I mean, that's kind of crazy. And he's been on it and he hates it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think the company doesn't really want to invest much more in this either, because we just heard a story, bro, that one of those projection screens at the Magic Kingdom version of this attraction had been down for like a year, and they only recently got it working again. I mean, I think the enthusiasm from the company level has really fallen off in a big way, just due to the fact that nobody was really interested in Tiana in the first place, and they're certainly not interested in her now. Go ahead.
Ron, wrap it up with this.
not.
Ron, Splash Mountain was the #1 most popular attraction at Disney World. I think it was in top 3 at Disneyland. I think it still is the most popular attraction at Tokyo Disney. So the amount of purchasing power, transactional power that Splash Mountain had was tremendous. They sacrificed it for this, and the reason they don't care about it anymore is because nobody's buying a ticket to go see this at Disney. This is not the reason people are going to Disney World anymore.
Nope. And what's even worse is that one of the biggest reasons that they did this had to do with, let's call summer love, DEI, whatever you want to call that. It was a reason that they did this, and that was in some ways culturally a fad, if you will, that has since passed. I don't think people care as much about that right now, and not in society in general, in large anyway. And Splash was beloved and always will be beloved by people that still want. I mean, there is still a huge community that says bring back Splash, and they want to get rid of this, and they want them to redo it to Splash Mountain. And I don't think Disney would ever do that. Certainly not in the leadership that they have now. But who knows what the future will hold? I just hope they make better decisions in the future. That's all.
I gotta be honest, Ron. I don't think Tiana's long for this world. I really gotta be honest. I don't think it's ever going to go back to Splash. But I think this story is not yet fully written just yet. I think maybe 10 years down the line,
if they get rid of Tiana, I will be shocked, because they've got to find a way to save face on that one, because she's their black princess. And I don't want to weigh in that too much other than say, if she goes away out of this ride, she's got to go somewhere else, because Disney would be hammered in the press. But they're getting hammered with the merch, folks. They're in a lurch. Don't be a jerk. Go over there and save Disney for $15. Buy some critter you've never heard of before. A possum with a banjo that you don't know from Tiana's.
Do you have a bit of experience in that arena?
If you consider failure experience.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.